Okay, cool. Good to go.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so welcome. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Wear the Crown podcast featuring myself, Rasta, Ronnie, and alongside my man, Blood Pressure.
Yes, greetings.
Yeah, man, greetings and respect. Happy New Year. This is the first episode in 2020 that we're actually recording, and I'm so happy to have the legendary, the one and only Spragga Benz. Yeah,
Respect and love.
Yeah, respect, Spragga. And right now, we're thankful that you're taking time out. I know you're in Jamaica and you're doing a show right now, or you perform this weekend, or
Yeah, I just finished rehearsal, going to sound check, but the show is tonight.
Oh, the show's tonight. Okay. And what event is it?
It's the mass camp at National Stadium.
Oh wow,
nice.
That's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we have been listening to the new album a lot. Chiliagon, and man, the thing is bad, bro. It's a banger for sure. Just
give thanks.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Give thanks.
The whole multifaceted sound. The thing that popped out to me was the fact that the sound is like every tune is. It could be like a dancehall hit, you know what I mean? Like it's coming from different sides, because in different angles, you know what I mean? And that's what I like about it. It's like the live band tone to it, and then you got the grime style from the UK. Can you explain a little bit about the name of the album and the concept for the album?
Okay, well, the name of the album, Chiliagon, it's a polygon with 1,000 sides.
Okay.
So it's something that you know what it is, but you can't imagine what it look like.
Okay. Yeah, you can't.
You know what 1,000 sides. You know what a hexagon. You know all of these are that stands. What they mean, 5 side, 10 side. You can't picture them in your mind. But 1,000 side kind of hard. It almost look like a circle. So this is what the album name signifies, because it's dancehall.
Yeah.
But it has so much other things to it. You can't just say a dancehall, but from a Spragga Benz, and you hear the voice, and you hear the delivery, and you hear the accent, you know it's a dancehall you listen to.
Yeah, it's got that roots, the roots behind it, because the voice, man.
Yeah, but that's what you can picture.
Yeah.
If anything, to say Spragga, when I come with that, you're not gonna picture that. You're gonna picture more something going at 85 BPM, something like Showtime Rhythm or Superstar,
Yeah.
One of them hardcore things. So that's why I chose that name, and the concept behind the whole thing is that I went over to England at a time when this Brexit time, and this time when they're trying to push out a lot of the Caribbean people who went to London and served in the army and do all of those things for England.
Okay.
And brought their music and brought their culture.
Yeah.
And the culture played such an important part in joining the UK during their war-torn times, during their hard times and all of that. Caribbean culture was so instrumental.
Yeah, in the transition
and
of
those people who fought in the wars, who brought their culture, who brought joy. No, you want to tell them that they weren't documented properly and they have to leave the country. So, that was one of the things that brought me there, the Windrush, the whole Windrush energy.
Okay.
And going there, I'm just saying, okay, let me collaborate with all of these other genres and all of these other artists to remind them that this is where it's all coming from.
Yeah. Yeah, no, respect, bro.
That's the whole thing about the name and the concept and the idea and everything.
Now, did you have that in mind before doing the album, or did you start just like kind of doing tracks and sounds? But you had the concept from the beginning, right?
We had the idea, we had the discussions, but we didn't know what it was going to sound like.
Okay. Yeah, because
we had the idea and know that this is what we want to represent, but we don't know how it will come out and sound like yet. So that was,
Yeah, and it seems like, I haven't been to the UK or, that side of the pond, but I realize, from this album, how much they respect Spragga. You know what I mean? How much they big up you and really look to you as like a founder of dancehall. You know what I mean? And and that's mad respect, you know. And for here in the U.S., I'm like, yeah, you know, Spragga, you know, dancehall king. And some people will only recognize you from Shottas. They'll be like, oh, Shottas, you know what I mean, from the movie. And it's like, nah, man, this guy's got foundations in the music.
I've been there before Shottas. That's why I did Shottas, because I was Spragga Benz.
Yeah, man. So, you know,
I didn't become Spragga Benz after Shottas.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. And so with the link and the whole podcasting thing, you know, the reason I wanted to have you come on, and I got, you know, something in me to want to just not give, but, you know, contribute to the community in any way I can. You know, I mess around in music, but I'm not a professional. I've established myself in the cannabis industry and things like that. But, you know, reggae and cannabis and the whole, and the culture and the, you know, I want to be able to keep contributing and stay passionate. So I'm so honored that you would come on the podcast, you know, calling it Wear the Crown. So, you know, highlighting, you know, people in the community and kings and queens doing their work and keeping that alive and that legacy going. So, you know, I'm really appreciative of you coming on. And since how I met you, you know, working within the weed business, and you were on tour with Stephen Marley, and for a couple of years there, you guys were touring pretty aggressively in the U.S., and you came through the grow that I was working at for Native Roots in Denver, and you know you guys came and walked the place, and Wayne Marshall and you and Stephen and Joseph, and it was really nice. You know,
experience. It was my first time going into a real establishment like that.
Yeah, and I was really humbled because you were like, yo, man, let me get your number. Let's keep the links. So over the years, you know, I always would text you and message you about like, hey, man, how much does it cost to kind of get you out here? What can, you know, trying to build on that platform. And so in that relationship. And now to have you on, I feel so, you know, I feel like accomplished a little bit because I got you to come on the podcast and talk about things. And you know, so give thanks, brother, for real. And
time is a must.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's just it's the way the spirit works and how we're going to keep it moving and building for, you know, Rasta people and culture and you know, the whole, you know, the King's movement, bro, the King's movement. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah, man, blessed love. And so, with that said, man, the album again is really, really. You know, I listen to it working out, and so there's so many levels of energy to it. I'm like, by the time I'm done listening to the whole thing, I'm like, man, well, I gotta start it over because I'm like, it's already over. You know, I want more. Now, is that something that you're performing down in Jamaica for the show tonight? Like the whole the album?
Definitely, I have to put a few other tracks, but it's a mainly 90s, early 2000s theme event.
Okay.
So most of the show is gonna have, you know, those tracks from the late 90s, early 2000s, but definitely have to put a couple of the Chiliagon tracks there.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Diversity.
Nice. Yeah, definitely. And the one thing too I wanted to say, a highlight, is that, you know, as far as like on the Instagram and the social media, you're always an advocate of like, you know, bringing attention to things in the community that people maybe not, you know, don't want to highlight on their Instagram or talk about, but like, you know, police brutality and the things and things like that, you know, lets me know that this is a real person that I'm following, because, you know, you're actually speaking on things that you know, affect the community. And I try to do the same thing too. It may not be the coolest thing or the hypest thing, but people need to know what reality is, you know what I mean? And so
exactly. It's not about being hype. It's not about getting praises and likes and all of that. It's about awareness. Yeah. So, you know, that's my main thing. At least you're aware of what is happening and where we're coming from and where we want to go.
Yes, sir. Now, you now I know that you were not allowed to go into Jamaica for a little bit. Can you speak on that whole situation? How many times have you been back and performed, and is that all cleared up and everything?
It's not like I wasn't allowed to go in Jamaica. Jamaica is my land. Nobody can stop me from coming here. It's just the pressure that some people want to wrap you up into. So for a while they had me as this person of interest, as if I'm some criminal or some gang leader or something, that it probably could have sued their headlines. Whoever it is in power could look like they're doing something or seem to be doing something by grabbing people who make headlines. So I didn't want to be a part of that whole charade.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just.
And I saw what they were doing. They were setting me up in all different kind of ways. They killed my son and saying that, you know, he was involved in a shootout, and there was no shootout, there was no bushes, there was no nothing. My son got one shot in the back of his head.
Wow.
With an M16 rifle from a policeman.
Wow.
And then about 3 or 4 months after that, they called me in and tell me that I'm a person of interest in shootings while I was on tour.
What?
You know, while I was on tour, they were saying that I am involved in shooting. So they took my firearm, my licensed firearm that I had, and they tested it, forensic testing for extensive forensic testing. And up to this day, they still haven't found anything matching with my firearm, but they confiscated my firearm from that time and then put me out as a person, as a public enemy number one.
Man.
And then they call me with rival gangs saying that I was involved in those shootings. So those people don't have time to listen to explanations, you know.
Well, first off,
your name mix up in it, them feel like you were involved in them certain thing, them will come at you. So I have to let time be the master.
Yeah.
As we're saying, you know. And let certain things come to light and show that really, that's not me and that's not what I'm about. And I'm not going to take the rap. So I had to give them a little distance for a while.
Yeah. Well, first off, brother, I'm my deepest condolences with your son. I know what it's like to lose people close to you, and the whole fact that they would try to include you in that is madness, bro. Mm-hmm. And that's mad. That's wicked mind, man. So, you know,
wickedness.
Yeah, it's really wicked. Places, now, with that,
you don't know.
With that said, I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, who shall bless nobody curse.
Yeah, man. And with that said, it makes me think, and I'm just asking, you know, because I don't know. But with the movie, did that have any effect on like how the government or people in Jamaica would look at you, or has it had a negative or a positive? More so, I know the people love you. You know what I mean? But I'm talking about more so like within the system.
The people don't look at me in a negative way because of the movie, but because of the movie, I think negative things happened.
Attracted to it, right?
Yes. Yeah. But it's not that it wasn't existing before. It's just that the movie highlighted a lot of things that was kind of low.
Yeah.
Like certain extortion and you know, certain ways of going about crime.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of youths took that from the movie instead of the real message that crime doesn't pay.
Yeah. Now, with that situation with your son, they haven't charged anybody or for anything.
They charged.
No, they said the officers. They didn't charge the officers. They took them in and run a little thing throughout the courts and then say that nobody is responsible.
Wow.
And
even though a lot of blatant lies were there. They're saying they found my son suffering from gunshot wounds in the bushes. There was no nearby bushes.
Wow.
It's the middle of downtown Kingston.
Wow.
There's no bushes there for nobody to be hiding and how to flee in nearby bushes.
Yeah.
You know, and they don't charge anybody at all with it.
Yeah, man, that's
you know, we leave our vengeance unto Jah.
Yeah, man, Jah's guiding, man. He knows. Jah knows for sure.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, I can feel the same way. You know, I had my brother-in-law. He was 22. He had one son who was probably like 2 years old, and you know, he was involved with some things. You know, I'm not gonna sweet talk it. He was involved in some criminal things, but I had seen him 3 days before my daughter's birthday. This is here in Denver, in the city, and he had a whole bunch of weed, and he was like, "Yo, man, you think you can do something with this? It's for, turn it into some concentrates for me." I'm like, "Yeah, man, yeah." And so the next couple days went by, and then it was my daughter's birthday, and on my daughter's birthday we were celebrating, and we got a phone call and said that he had been shot in the back of the head in the backyard of his house. And it was like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, so that's how we found out, was on my daughter's birthday. Until this day, nobody's been charged. They say they couldn't find nobody. They said they had like a
worldwide.
Worldwide. They said they had a SUV who left.
Worldwide, police are not for the people. Worldwide, police are not there to serve and protect the people. They're there to serve and protect corporate interests.
Yeah, and
that they work for.
And that's what I was trying to say, is that no one was.
Don't realize these things.
Yeah, no one was charged, and the police, they treated his mom and his brother and everyone close to him like they were the people involved because of his actions, and they looked down on the family, and they treated him, and they weren't working to find, in his best interest, to find his killer. So yeah, man, I feel you. Worldwide, the Babylon system is no good.
Not for us.
Not for the people, bro.
We might have families going in there, but these people, as long as they put on that uniform of brutality, they're gone.
Yeah, man.
They're gone. They do what the system says, and they take the benefits from the system when they do their wrongdoings, which the system encourages. Sometimes they might get a slap on the wrist if it goes too viral, and people making a great outcry. They might get a slap on the wrist, but really, nothing happens.
Yeah. No, it's true, man.
And it's not that we're criminals. We love the law.
Yeah, we respect it, man. And, it's not to say that everyone's a bad person, but when you look at the system as a whole, the brainwash and the mentality for those that are on that side does not benefit us on this side. You know what I mean?
No.
So,
So even the legalization or the decriminalization of all of these things, Babylon don't set it that we benefit, Because when I went to your establishment that you were, and learned that even if you move one of the pods, it registers somewhere.
Yeah.
And they can tell that the outfit's so locked down and so tight. That's not free, not legalizing. That's doing it for the benefit of the system.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly.
And everything that is done for the benefit of the system. And some people might get through, but most people don't. Right now, they say a great percentage of the United States population don't even have $5,000 in savings.
Yeah. It's real,
Who
bro.
benefited?
That's real.
Who's benefiting from the things that happen, all the hard work that people put in?
Yeah. No, I heard there was a statistic, and this was a couple of years ago, that I think it was 50 or 45% of the entire country in the U.S. is living off food assistance. So you know, from big to small, bro. That means that them people that you see at Whole Foods, and they're pulling a ETB card. They're pulling a card out to pay for that, and that's provided by the system. But they go in there thinking and acting like they can afford those things. You know what I mean? And the system's not. It's not benefiting us. Like there's enough food and not as
it should.
Yeah, there's no shortage of.
It can.
Yeah, man.
And not until we make the changes and we stand up for what we know is supposed to be right and fair, the minority will always rule. And we're not talking about anarchy or overrunning the rule of law. But until the people stand up for what they justly deserve and have a right to, until they educate themselves onto what their rights are, then it never change with separation until Jah come.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I just try to put Jah in my music and take people away from certain strains of the day. Not want them to live in an illusion, but just like a release.
No, and
in the meantime, try to inject some knowledge or a different ideology in the whole scheme.
Yeah, respect. And that's like with this conversation, the same way, you know, we can get into a heaviness and a heavy topic, but like look at how it comes it comes right back around to the music and using that to help bring these people out of that situation or that mindset. So back to, you know, to the album again, you know. So now
one by one.
Yeah. Now, do you have plans to do anything in the U.S. touring or, you know, with the new album?
Hopefully. I'm always ready. And I always keep myself ready for when, you know, when I'm called upon to come and represent my people. But as you know, the Live Nations and the different establishments, they're very selective.
Yep. Yeah, we were just having a conversation.
They're very selective. So sometimes it's not about who have the talent or who have the potential or whatever. It's just about who they're good with.
Yeah.
Who is in the machinery, who the system supports, who gets that big machine of promotion behind them, regardless of the talent. You know, but that's how it goes. I'm ready to perform for my people in all of the grassroots market at all time, because we go from small to big.
Yes.
We have to, you know,
yes,
we have to jump on the whole 50 states tour. But I'm ready.
Ready.
Anytime.
Yes,
anybody ready, me ready.
Nice. Yes, man. That's good to hear. That's humbling, you know, and that's, you know, if I can help with that in any way, that's what we were just talking about here, me and my man Blood Pressure, is that having a venue here locally that is built on reggae and dancehall and built on that, so it can support those artists that come through. For us, what we're lacking here is because is having like a band that can really support an artist that comes in, and having a venue that is established to support the artist as well. That's something that we need to work on a little bit more.
It's a possibility, you know. It's not out of reach.
Yeah,
not out of reach. And if we're working seriously towards it, we will get there.
Yeah.
A lot of artists out there that the world don't know about. A lot of these big artists, they suck from our energy.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
They suck from our energy. They suck from the Bounty Killers, the Beanie the Spragga Benz, the Capitans, the Buju Bantans. They suck that energy and try to interpret it in their own versions of dancehall that they might give it different titles. Tropical blends or whatever, all sorts of different names I might want to give it to it, and you have all of the I don't want to call the names, but they have to. The Ed Sheerans and all these type of people claiming that they're singing reggae and dancehall and saving dancehall from who? Them benefiting from the whole thing and not giving the props and the respect that is due to it. So when people like you really look out and reach out to the artists who are the foundation of the thing and try to make venues and facilities available for us, bands and all that thing that we can just get there cost-effective ways, we really do appreciate that.
Yeah, respect, brother, respect. And exactly, it's so crazy that you're saying that, because that is exactly what we were talking about. We were talking about, I have a contacts similar, like with me and you, is like Loot and Fire, and some other artists that I've respect for years, long time, and I really want to try to help them get out here and build and stay working, and because it's all love, because that's the foundation. You know what I mean? It's nothing else more, because I don't know what it takes financially and all those things, but what's motivating and moving me is the love of the whole thing for the people. You see. And the link.
You know what? That is what motivates Babylon to shut us down, because they don't want us to spread love to the people.
Yeah.
They don't want you to spread the message to the people. They want people to remain indoctrinated and take their news and views from the media. Mm-hmm. They don't want people like Loot and Fire and Spragga Benzes and the Capitans and Silver Calanges, and they try to contain us. People who really bring the message in the real way.
Yeah.
Bob brought the message, and Bob brought it in a revolutionary way. Stephen and his brothers are carrying the torch.
Yeah, for real.
There are others there are others who see things from a different perspective that is equally vital to the way or we construct our realities. And a lot of those people get shut out.
True.
But they can't silence your word.
Yeah, no, true. It's it's refreshing to hear that point of view. You know what I mean? Yeah. from an artist, and for real, you're. I think, like you said, patience is the winner, because you've been through so much and seen so much that now maybe the approach on how you do things, and that goes for me as well, is that you sit back and your moves are more calculated, and you can see where the veil is of people trying to keep things over your eyes, or maybe you didn't see before. So yeah, big respect. It's refreshing to hear your point of view, because it's real. Yeah. Now, do you do any like community work in Jamaica with the youths down there in the schools, or you have anything going like that, or anything you want to talk about?
Well, back in the days, I used to do much more than I'm doing now, but it hasn't stopped. And what happened with that is, like we were talking about earlier on, with how the system is set to keep people in a box and keep them with that mentality that the system wants. So me being in my communities now, with my revolutionary way of thinking and letting the people know that we don't really need all these politicians to come and grant us any favors. We can pull together. We can clean up our own corners. We can paint our own buildings that are around us and uplift our spirit. We can plant flowers. We can keep parties and round robins and stuff like that and generate funds. We can do things to show the youngsters that a future is out there for them. Just have a dream and work towards it, and made myself available in the garrisons, that youths could be going to school early in the morning and see me sitting on the corner and know that is a person that they saw on TV last night.
Yeah.
And he's right here. And there's no difference between me and him, and he comes from right there. So if he comes from right there and he makes it to there, my potential is to take it further, because he is right there to show me how he got to there.
Yeah,
so that is what I made myself available for, but the system don't really want that. So you find that a lot of the artists, you find that the communities love us, but for some reasons, all sort of animosity come up, all sort of violence take place around us that they try to blame us for, and then we have to step away from the people who need us the most.
Yeah, and that's how the system.
And try to reach a distance. So that is what's happening, but it don't stop us, and I still have programs that is going on soon, where we have back to school project, where I'm going to choose like 5 more schools, and I'm working with some other people who have like minds, and we're having we're putting a lot of stuff together right now. A lot of it is already in Jamaica, computers, education stuff for learning. That's just learning things. We're learning.
Yeah.
We have like 5 schools I'm supposed to pick, and we have equipment for probably 2 or 3 classes in each school, and we're just going to keep it moving like that. We don't want a corporate support. We just want to do a thing, because we don't want to be accountable to nobody if they say we thief 2 pencils. And and give bad publicity like how them do white life. We just try to make it self-sufficient, and from our shows or our performances, most of the artists give back from that. Some people who out there who want to remain unnamed but they want to help, they come on board and they assist us. And we appreciate those things. So Spragga Benz will always be doing things to give back to the community and to uplift the youths.
Nice. Yeah, man, that's good. I'm glad to hear. That type of work is, that's like soul food. It's good to see when you're able to, like you said, you stay involved in, because you want to be that example, and then you stay in the community, and then you see the light come on in some of the youth's eyes, because you're being that example to where you're like, okay, now I know I'm making this difference, and and just providing those opportunities is super important.
influence, that encouragement, or that motivation.
Yeah, just that little bit.
Just that thing to push them.
Yeah. It's like a train track, that little switch. Now you're going the other way. Where it can really benefit you. Yeah, man, that's awesome, man. Yeah. Now with the album, is there anything like special about how you recorded it, or working with some of the artists that were featured on there? Like, were there any like creative differences? Not differences, but creative things that you had to work around, or you just trying to fill it out, or did it all just come together and just was like you knew?
It all just came together like magic.
Nice.
It all just came together. There was no stress. There was no writer's block for none of the artists who were there, who were involved. The musicians, they came and they played around what we were doing, and everything just flowed smooth.
Nice.
We went over there. I was staying with my friend, who is also the executive for Buttercuts Records. He's the one that invited me over to the UK. His name is Andy Ori. And he appears on the album as well as the Red Lace because he's really an accountant, but he loves the music. So we were staying at Andy's house. We got two mattresses and set the mattresses in a right angle. And that was the recording booth.
Okay. Wow.
It was makeshift. So sometimes the studio would move and we put the studio in the sauna when the time gets too cold. And it was just fun. All the artists who were invited. The first one that came through was Ronnie P, who also became the executive producer on the album as well.
Okay.
Because he was instrumental in getting other people who didn't believe that Spragga Benz is in that house for real. Recording for real in London.
Yeah.
Stop lying. But when they see Rodney and Randy say, yeah, then everybody just came through like
for real,
like a waterfall.
Wow.
Yeah, so we had people like Killer P, and these people are people who are established in their own genres. So people like Killer P and Ilaman, Harry Shottas, same Rodney P, a whole bunch of, and we didn't even get to do. We didn't use all the songs that we did because I stayed in London for the month of November.
Okay.
And for the month of November that we stayed in 2018, we did like 30 songs. Every day we knock out a song. Every day.
Wow.
Every day. We could have done more, but we just, every day we did one song. So we end up with like 30 songs by the end of the month and pick the 14 that we wanted. And, everything just flowed smooth. That was a very great experience for me making an album. One of the songs which didn't come on the album, it might be on the next album, Chiliagon 2 or something. But it was a jam session where different musicians came. A bassist came, a guitarist came, a drummer came, a keyboardist came, a vocalist came. Nobody knew each other. Andy knows everybody, but none of us really knew each other. And nobody knew what we're going to make today. But somebody just started playing something, and somebody joined in, and before we know it, we had a song, a nice jam session, a song called Red Eye, a ganja song too. When it come out, you're going to love it.
Yeah, big.
We get the Red Eye, higher than a Jedi. Aye, we get to Red Eye, smoke weed and flags, because everybody was smoking. We were getting Red Eye.
Yeah, man.
Became the song.
Nice.
So a lot of different experiences that I never had before making music. I had in making the Chiliagon album. That's why it's so special to me.
Yeah, man, it really is like unique, and because with you, you're such a solid artist, man. Your voice, the delivery, everything, And for you, you really complement being on a track with other people without you not overpowering. It's like it's perfect. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I don't know, the contrast between you and whoever you're with, it's like a real good mix. So I noticed that. Yeah. So the fact that the album has all, the title, meaning it has 1,000 sides, and it really does. I think it's a real good title for the album because of the way the contrast of the whole of each tune.
And that's my whole approach to music in general. I always love all different forms of music. You know, I want to create, even if I don't listen to it, I think I can create whatever kind of music there is that exists, and some that don't.
Yeah. Well, you know, I saw this out like in my head after I listened to it, like 3 or 4 times, man. I started thinking like, where could you take this? You know, like, the whole like if you were playing like video games, like what's that one, Grand Theft Auto, or like those type of games, and it had the music playing. And like you can play like the music's just playing throughout the game. I was like, man, this album is so universal like that you could put it on like, you know what I mean, like a Tony Hawk or something like that, where you're like, it represents. Because I remember I was playing back in the day when I used to play games a little bit more, and Michael Prophet came on one of the tunes on the game I was playing, and I wouldn't have known who Michael Prophet was if it wasn't for that tune coming on and me researching it, and then be like, whoa. And that's me as a youth, and you think the reach of generations to be able to get yourself on a platform like that, it just had my mind thinking of the different avenues you could go with the album, because it has so many different avenues.
Multifaceted.
Yeah, exactly. The one track for me that I was like, I saw there was a little video that you guys did it, and it kind of looked like from behind the scenes was Differ, or when is that Differ with Sean Paul, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, Sean Paul and
Chichin and Agent Sasko.
Yeah, and you guys look like you had a good time making the video and stuff, man. Yeah, I see you clowning around and doing some dancing, man. I was like, oh, well, Spragga's getting loose.
That was a fun day, because none of us, me and Sean, the world know that we're not dancers.
Yeah.
But, Chichin, who is an established dancer, he was there and he was showing us step by step how to do something. Sometimes I just couldn't bother and just end up doing my own thing.
Yeah, you busted out some move that my son does, and I was like, man, look at Spragga, I can't even do it. My son's showing me all the time. He's like, Dad, check it out, and I was like, I can't do that, man. And then here goes Spragga, man. I was like, whoa, you're making me look bad, man. I gotta catch up now.
Yeah, we're just having fun with it,
Yeah, man.
Because it's not often that dancehall artists collaborate like that.
Yeah.
For 4 big artists on one song. So we have to show the love, we have to show the unity, we have to show the camaraderie. All of that have to come out in the song and the video.
Yeah.
Because, we even some of the parts we wrote together, it was just a unity that we had to show.
Yeah.
It was genuine fun.
Yeah, man. There's so many good songs on the album. I'm not even gonna lie. Good Soul, Wicked Love, Music, Move to the Music. That one, man. That was like. Now you guys did that with the band, right? Because it's a live band and everything.
Yeah.
You really hear. You really hear the sound come through on that one. That one's a really good one too, man. That one had me thinking like No Barriers. You know what I mean? Like Dancehall to the World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why we put that as the first track. We're moving to the music. We're not moving to hip-hop. We're not moving to dancehall. We're not moving to reggae. We're moving to the music.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Music moves the soul. That's what it's about, man. It's just good vibes.
Now, the show tonight...
Believe was my favorite track, though.
Which one?
Believe.
Yeah, that one. That one's a good one, too.
Those are my 2 favorites. No Regrets and Believe.
Now you got me one. I want to hear this new one, though, Red Eye.
That's coming for another year.
Man, I'm ready for that one, bro. Ganja Man too. Big up.
Because that's how we work. We work ahead of myself. So I actually have like 2 more albums that were recorded that should come before the next Chiliagon.
Okay.
Yeah, so I have a full album recorded with LMR production, and then we have another one fully with A-Team, Really Hayden. The one with Really Hayden is called Once Upon a Time, and that one is where we're definitely going for a lot of the foundation tracks of dancehall reggae, redoing them you know, like sampling some of them, cutting them different, remixing the sound, and me being on them live. And the one with Lamar Reynolds, that's more up tempo. That's more new sound. You know, the new dance or new age. Because he's a youngster. It was my son that passed away. It was his best friend, and he started producing music. He produced a track with Cranium. Nobody nothing knows.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah, he produced that track, and me and him is my son's best friend. So he wanted to do a tribute for Carlisle, and we started out doing a tribute for Carlisle called Never Leave. You know, although the physical past, the spiritual never go away, it never go away, it never leaves. And we're working on that, and then it just transcended into we recording a whole album together. So before the next Chiliagon type album comes, I have a couple of different projects already recorded.
Nice. That's good to hear.
No shortage of music, Ronnie. No shortage of music.
Yeah, nah, bro. Not at all, man. The catalog is vast and big, and from just talking to you, bro.
Catalog is like a lion log.
Yeah, man, lion log for real, bro. And just talking to you, I just feel like you're more comfortable where you're at making music, and it just, you know what I mean? Like I don't know how to put it. I'm sure you've always been comfortable, but I feel like there's some pressure maybe that's been gone, and now you're just doing what you love.
Yeah. Yes.
So
that's
yeah,
right.
Yeah, man. It's cool. It's cool to see. It's cool to hear, and I'm happy to be able to help out and promote it in any way and try to link up with you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Really appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, bro. And also, you know, I really want to see the album just do big, go big. And I feel like the UK should be really, you know, pushing this movement out there. And what do you think? I guess I would like to ask you that too, because I heard you say you were kind of focused on doing like more of a Bollywood sound versus the Afro. The Afro punk right now.
Afro beats,
the Afro beats kind of thing going on.
I'm nothing against the Afro beat that's going on, but I'm not a follower.
Okay.
I'm a leader. Everybody jump into Afro beats, which I did that 10 years ago. On the Shatta Culture album with Salam Ene. We did Afro beats then before it was popular. We did it on a song called The Real News. And if you have a chance, you can check out that album and listen to that song. Straight Afrobeat. But for this one now, we say, okay, India has a vast population as well. And Jamaica and India is tied in that a lot of Rastafari ideology started with Indian people in Jamaica.
Yeah, man, definitely.
You know? So the connection is real.
A lot of those early dancehall rhythms came off of Mento. And them type of style came out of Bangara, and then Bangara style out of India, man. So it's really nice to see that combination.
Yes.
And modern music keeping those rhythms alive, because they're ancient. The rhythms them are a lot longer than us. You know. Yeah.
We try to incorporate that Bollywood sound in the track called Spread Out, just produced by Hype and Fever. So. You know, I always try to be innovative.
Nice. Yeah, man. That's what I...
No, you hear even just touch down in the earport.
Yeah.
All that Indian sound in it now too, you know.
Yeah, man. That's a big market, a big avenue, I feel like that. Yeah. You know, even with the US and like how you say you have like the Live Nation and all those things, a lot of that stuff people I feel aren't really exposed to unless they kind of go digging for it. Yes. Exactly. And like overseas, I feel like there's these avenues of that we're kind of sheltered from. We don't really get out over there to experience. And so, you know, that's what I was going to say is with the UK and the whole reggae movement that's happening right now. It's been there for a long time. I know Paris has been big. And, you know, what do you think about what's happening over there right now? Do you think it's... because I feel like, you know, it's a lot bigger than in the U.S. We don't have those festivals that you see like Chronics and all of these Protege and all these big artists like right now. That's you know.
Not much, not so much in the U.S. But yeah, in the UK and in Europe, it's bigger and it's more diverse with the radio station's playlist as well, because you might hear a heavy metal song playing, and then you hear a dancehall song playing right behind that. Then you hear a soul song playing right behind that. You hear some hip hop playing right behind that. You go back to another reggae song. You know, it's so diverse. It's not programmed like
exactly.
Well, it's everything on a playlist, you know, but it's more diverse in the UK than in the US, where music is concerned.
Okay, that makes sense, I guess. You know, that totally makes sense, because you're
they
right.
Find more people come over there for tour, because you can't hear Chronics anytime on Capital Radio or CM Protege or Coffee. The first time we heard Coffee was on BBC One Extra, doing a freestyle, Leader Ike. So them bus evil people over there. You're not going to hear that on 97 in New York.
No.
Z100, you're not going to hear it, B.
Yeah, but that's,
you know. Even play a Bob Marley.
Yeah, man, that's sad, bro. That's what I mean. It's, you know, that's why I feel like this platform with the podcast, and like the more I can generate, the more I do, the more content there is, the more people have the opportunity to be exposed to it. So maybe right now I'm not doing big things, or it doesn't have that reach, but hopefully, you know, maybe 50 episodes down the line, I've got the reach where it's touching so many different avenues of people to kind of be
and they will be coming back to the foundation.
Yeah, exactly, bro. You know, so
once they get in tune with what you're doing, they want to go and research everything that you've done.
Yeah, and
always have good content.
Yeah, and for me, I'm as I've gotten older, you know, I'm becoming wiser on how to protect those things that I value, and not just to give them out so freely, you know what I mean, but to really give them out and put them out there protected as well, you know what I mean. So you know, give thanks to the Almighty, and you know, I hope the movement is prosperous for you as well, bro. So. Yeah, man. Is there anything else that you'd want people to know? I think I kind of everything I wanted to ask you, and you know, I just wanted to have a conversation with you. If you want to talk about what's going on tonight, what's the actual event again?
It's called Footloose.
Okay.
And it's a place called Mass Camp in Kingston, Jamaica, at the National Stadium. It's a 90s 2000 theme party.
Oh wow!
Fashion over style. Yeah, that's what it's called tonight. So that's what's happening. But even wider than that, what I don't want people to know, because this is just for today and then gone, but what I really want people to know is that there is a book out there by an author named Mr. Horace Butler that I try to push hard, because I believe in the content of the book. The book is called When Rocks Cry Out.
When Rocks Cry Out?
When Rocks Cry Out.
Oh, okay.
And I'm sure that when the Black nation start to tune into that book and to that ideology and that concept, we will see great changes, because a lot of people searching for the history and where they come from and who we are, that the Babylon system never ever going to tell us. They're always going to try to lead us wide and tell us that we are children of slaves. They're always going to divide us and tell us that those people were Aztecs and those were Mayans and those were Africans and those. They're not going to let us know that it was just all black people. No racism intended, no animosity towards anyone. Just knowledge and realization of self.
Yes.
For the Black nation.
Yeah.
That is all that is about it. No fighting against nobody. There's no indicted feelings about what happened in history. It's about the future. So that is a book that I want to encourage people who haven't spoken about that. It's called When Rocks Cry Out, and the author is Horace Butler. And from there, your mind will open to a lot of other things.
Okay.
So, you know.
Yeah, respect. Yeah, man.
That is my thing. That's what I want to add.
Nice.
Also, go get the Chiliagon album.
Yeah, get the Chiliagon album, man. Big time, big banging. The whole album is just smashing, man, for real. And yeah, man, I'll definitely check out that book as well. You know, and I can respect that, you know, because it's about history. It's not about.
And they can check they can even start by checking with the author. That's following the real Horace Butler on IG, or Horace Butler on Facebook.
Okay. Respect, brother.
And get acquainted with what his works are, and then no doubt you will want to read the book.
Respect. That's
man.
That's what's up.
Not this power. Yes, I.
Yeah, Papa. All right. Now, thank you for coming on, man. The Wear the Crown podcast, episode 9. Spragga Benz, the king. My man, Blood Pressure.
Yes, I.
Yes, I. And so, yeah, man, give thanks every time. And where can people let people know where they can find you like on social media or for booking?
Yeah,
or whatever?
I don't have a lot of different social media platforms. So they can link me up on IG at Spragga Benz 3, or Twitter at Spragga Benz 3, just the same.
Okay.
Or Facebook, original Spragga Benz.
Okay. Respect. Yeah, and for me as well, please check out the Rasta Ronnie rolling papers available at negooseorderco.com.
Yeah.
You can link me there. You can check out the cultivation at 75 Farms, where we grow a lot of good green cannabis, some high grade. And then my man.
That's another thing I want to get involved in, Ronnie. I want to develop my own strain, and we talk about that further.
Yeah, that's where we got. That's the whole exchange of numbers. Is like you wanted more information on what you could do and how to do it.
I want to get my own strain, and the time is right.
Hey, bro, same way. Once I start getting into the music, I need Spragga to help coach me and give me the direction, my brother.
Yes.
For real.
Yes, we're there, man. We're there with it.
Yeah, man.
And they can check me out on rebelnationrise.com.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I posted something on my IG of I was doing a little DJ and just some juggling. I'm not a professional, but I was just messing around and I threw on that.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah, yes, sir.
You are a professional. From you keep saying you're not a professional, you're not going to be professional.
Yeah.
We want you to change that word sound and say, I am a professional.
Yeah.
Okay.
The best.
I am a professional, and I threw on
with some jingles and dub plate and all these things. That's time to come.
Yeah, man.
Respect and love. Give thanks, respect and love. But yeah, I threw on that tune, with you and Steven, Naya, Congo Naya, and
Bongo Naya.
Your Bongo Naya is a banger, bro. That's a lion right there, man. That's a lion roar, for real.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, and yeah, I just want to give a shout out my man Blood Pressure and KG and you.
Yes, I.
And he is here twice a month. Is that right, Blood Pressure?
Yes, I. We've gone up 3 times in a plenty 20.
Yeah.
Man, they give us 3 now. Is that we're here on Sunday nights 10 to 12. We're here Wednesday nights 10 to 12, and some of the Saturdays from 1 p.m. to 3 in mountain time.
Yes, I. Give thanks.
Yeah.
All right, Spragga. I appreciate you coming on, man. I hope you have a good performance tonight and have fun, man. And I hope to link up.
Man, give thanks.
Yeah, man. I hope to link up soon. But we're gonna call it right now. So give thanks to the eye.
Yes, I. Blessed love and protection.